Hello everyone, I'm Chris Hernandez and this is the Weekly Report, your look at news from the city of Kansas City, Missouri. Wes Craven and Stephen King are known for making horror movies, but nothing is scarier than what can happen to your house's sewer system if you flush cleaning wipes. The National Association of Clean Water Agencies honored KC Water for its creative and frightening video that shows the horrors of flushing those wipes. The video raises awareness about why these wipes belong in the trash can and how easily they can clog the city's sewers and homeowners' plumbing. The spring construction season is cranking up and Go KC projects are moving forward as planned. City leaders broke ground for the Dotson Industrial District Flood Control Project last week. As soon as the weather permits, you'll see sidewalk repairs starting all over town. Residents are also invited to attend an open house about Maplewoods Parkway improvements. That happens on March 12th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Belle Prairie Elementary School, which is located at 3000 Northeast 108th Street. You can also find out more about Go KC projects on our website at kcmo.gov/GoKC. And here's a look at the 135th and Warnell Street and Sidewalk project groundbreaking.
This is phase 3 of the 135th Street project. Before we started this, if you came out with your family, there were ditches on both sides of the streets. We're fixing that.
This will be a complete streets project. It is a roadway improvement, it is a sidewalk improvement, it is a community improvement.
The general obligation bonds, which just residents of this city approved last April, are going to be absolutely tremendous in allowing us to move forward.
The GEO bond is enabling us to be a city that we want to be together for the future.
It's important for the community, it's important for the economic development, and I'm done talking, let's build a road.
Hello, my name is Chalubam Sanda, and I have the pleasure and honor of serving as the Executive Director of the Bruce R. Watkins Cultural Heritage Center and Museum. During the first half of this year, the center will be hosting 4 exhibitions created by local area artists. In our main gallery space, we're featuring an exhibition titled The Art of My Life by Essex Garner. Essex Garner was born in the 18th and Vine Historic Jazz District. Some of his featured works include paintings of Aretha Franklin, Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States, former First Lady Michelle Obama, and the Buffalo Soldiers, who were courageous and brave African Americans who fought during the Civil War. As you explore the first floor of our building, you'll find the works of the Paseo Alumni Academy, Michelle Edwards, and Lorenzo Redmond. In the Paseo Academy Alumni display, there are 21 works created by youth ages 12 through 17. Another one of our featured artists is Michelle Edwards. In her Rekindled Visions collection, Michelle explores the history of sharecropping in the United States. Closing out our local Kansas City artist exhibition is Lorenzo Redmond's Artist Revival, which features 18 drawings of Black leaders. Some of the leaders featured in this exhibition include Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, Rosa Parks, and Kansas City's own Buck O'Neil. Remember, this exhibit is free and open to the general public and can be viewed Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. For more information, please visit our website at kcparks.org, or you can call us at 816-513-0700.
This is exciting, and it's a rainy and it's a cold day, but what we're seeing is real progress. And we're seeing that this isn't just a grocery store, although that's important. We're also seeing that this is the beginning of opportunities for our community, opportunities for jobs, opportunities for, frankly, feeling like we're somewhere that is valuable and valuable to the city.
Folks are very, very, very excited about what's getting ready to happen over here at 31st and Prospect. We have suffered with a food desert so long. It's great to know that in the near future, it will be resolved. If not for the city of Kansas City, Missouri, we would not have been able to make this happen. So I'm very excited. I appreciate the partnership that we've got with the city and all the support that we get for the city in making this project happen. Now to have the excitement of renewing the grocery store, renewing the shopping center, and bringing the jobs back, bringing the convenience of food service and retail goods back. It makes folks feel like they're in a real community.
You know, I think what this tells us is the 3rd District is absolutely open for business. You know, a lot of years people have said, how do we make it better? How can we do? It's always been a plan. Right now we're seeing action. We're seeing delivery. And we're seeing the fact that that action and delivery really involves Kansas City. It involves folks who are from these neighborhoods who are able to come here today and say, oh, there's something actually happening here, and there's something happening where I belong. And then I think this is just another important step. We've seen improvement on Troost for several years now. I think what you see now is the Prospect allows us to be the next big barrier that we can break through, the next place where we actually say, this is a new street. This is a new day in Kansas City. This isn't the Prospect that we might have known 20 years ago. We have something really positive coming up ahead.
Since 2004, Kansas City Actors Theater has showcased some of Kansas City's finest actors and performers. In addition to their regular season, they will have 2 stage readings this year that are supported by the Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund. Today we are at the National World War I Museum and Memorial because that is where the first stage reading will take place on March 18th. We are fortunate to have one of the actors from that stage reading here with us today, Cinnamon Schultz, and Matt Samek, who is the Marketing and Development Director for Kansas City Actors Theater. Thank you both for taking time to talk to us today at the museum.
My pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Cinnamon, you not only are part of the first stage reading, but you've been part of the core of Kansas City Actors Theater probably since the beginning.
Well, I remember the very first meeting they had to announce that they were going to become a theater in the first place, and then I've been lucky to be a part of the artistic core for 5 years now, and it's been wonderful.
And what was it about the theater that made you want to join?
I love the fact that it's artist-led and artist-driven. The fact that we focus especially on local artists, not only the local actors, but local designers as well. And we try and focus on the theater to showcase all of them, because we have a lot of good talent here in Kansas City.
Yes, we do. Cinnamon, can you tell us a little bit about the play without giving too much away?
Of course. I'm actually directing the staged reading, and it has 9 characters in it. One of the characters plays an older version of the other one. And spoiler alert, all the characters but that one do pass away from the Battle of Somme, which historically took place July 1st, 1916. And that's what it's based on. And it's mostly about the relationship that the men form together, because they're all on equal footing. None of them are officers. And it's all about their bond together before they eventually go over the trench during the Somme. and originally fighting for, they think, honor and glory, and in the end, that's not really what they were fighting for.
And then you also mentioned that this is a stage reading, and can you talk about the difference between the stage reading and the other plays that are in the regular season?
Of course. The regular productions have a set and lights and everything, costumes that go with it. In a staged reading, all the actors are still reading from the script, but with as much acting as they can, and we can still show relationships with each other, but it just doesn't have a lot of the same movement. Of course.
And Matt, The Women is the second stage reading, and they're very different in story. How were they selected?
And so The Women, which is a play by Claire Luce, has been a favorite of a colleague of the Kansas City Actors Theater for a while, who will also be the director of that reading, Sydney Garrett of the Heart of America Shakespeare Festival. And so part of the point of doing these readings is that it allows the company to experiment with plays that we wouldn't be able to do because they're too big or would be too expensive to do in a full production. So The Women has a cast of 35 characters. And so that is a little, and Kansas City Actors Theater prides ourselves on paying our actors and our performers fairly. And so when you combine those two things together, it's a little cost prohibitive. So the environment of a staged reading lets us explore and kind of share this work with our audience, and also gives us the opportunity to collaborate with other artistic people in the Kansas City community.
And these two stage readings are free, but you want to make your reservation early.
Right.
And what's the best way to do that?
So the best way to do that is to send me an email to matt, M-A-T-T, at kcactors.org, or you can call our administrative office at 816-361-5228 and either talk to the person you get on the phone there or leave a message.
And if people want to know more about Kansas City Actors Theater in general, where would be the best place to go?
Our website is kcactors.org. You can find information about our season. Our next season will be up there soon, and whatever show we have going on at the moment. Another great place to go is our Facebook page, which is, you can just search Kansas City Actors Theater on Facebook and like us there. We put a lot of stuff up there about reviews, behind the scenes information. We've had pieces that have been written by our designers about their process for how they design and why things look a certain way, along with photos and kind of whatever the exciting things that we're up to at any given point in time. So
great.
That's
a little behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yes. Things. Well, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us about Kansas City Actors Theater and also about your stage readings.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. To learn about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/ntdf.
The Kansas City Aviation Department has partnered with Variety KC to install signs featuring photos of handicapped children on parking signs to remind drivers the importance of these reserved parking spaces. The signs are a gentle reminder for non-disabled drivers to keep it free, think of me. This effort will not only make parking easier for those who need it, it will free up KCI Airport Police by reducing the number of tickets issued.
I think most people park in a handicap spot. They don't think what they're doing. It's not an intentional, I'm trying to take this away from someone else. That's not the intent. But I believe it's just not top of mind. And when you see a picture of a child with their crutches or in their wheelchair, I think that makes it more human, and it makes it more like, oh, there's really a person behind that parking space, and I want to make sure I keep it empty now. And I think that will reduce the fines, and it will also give the airport police more time to do the jobs they're really there to do.
The city plans to install additional signage at other city-owned facilities to remind drivers of the importance of keeping the spaces available for those who need it most.
On April 3rd, the 1-cent capital sales tax, more commonly known as PIAC, will be on the ballot for renewal. The Capital Improvement Sales Tax was first approved by voters in 1983. This renewal would authorize the tax for a 20-year period instead of the previous 10-year renewal. 35% of the funding would continue funding neighborhood projects, and 65% would go to maintenance and streets. Another notable change would allocate $5 million per year towards replacement of the Buck O'Neill Bridge. For more information about the ordinance, visit kcmo.gov/vote. Each year, the City Budget Office uses input from resident work sessions, department budget goals, and the 5-year citywide business plan to develop the city budget. Right now, the City Council is considering the recommended budget for next year, and residents are invited to learn more about the budget and to provide feedback. The city is holding public hearings out in the community, and at each hearing, residents will have the opportunity to hear from city leaders while making their voice heard by directly addressing the City Council. The final budget hearing will take place on Thursday, March 8th from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. at the Kansas City Police Department headquarters building in the community room. And that does it for this edition of the Weekly Report. To view this program again or other Channel 2 videos, just go to kcmo.gov/Channel 2. That page has a link to our YouTube channel, and you can watch all of our programs on demand. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Chris Hernandez. Be sure to get out and enjoy this beautiful spring weather.